Hello everyone, and welcome to the Actiphy webinar series. I'm Jamey, and I'll be your host today. We're excited to have you with us as we explore a topic that's becoming increasingly important for IT professionals and managed service providers: self-hosted centralized cloud backup. Whether you're joining us live or catching the replay, we appreciate you taking the time. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we'll walk you through the core challenges MSPs face in managing backups across multiple sites and demonstrate how Actiphy's approach brings control, simplicity, and resilience to your backup strategy. We'll also share some best practices, demo key features, and answer any questions you may have. Thanks again for joining us. Let's dive in. Let's take a look at some of the challenges that face MSPs. As a managed service provider, you're likely juggling backup operations across a range of customer environments. Each site may have its hardware policies, schedules, and backup tools, and managing this patchwork can be a logistical nightmare. When something goes wrong, such as a missed backup or failed restore, finger pointing begins. It's not just inefficient, it's risky. Furthermore, many MSPs continue to rely on disparate backup solutions. One client may be using cloud-based backups, another might still use tape, and a third may be running legacy software. These inconsistencies add complexity, increase operational overhead, and reduce your ability to standardize support or automation. Then there's a ransomware threat. Every new headline about a ransomware incident drives home the reality. Your clients are targets, and so are you. If even one backup set is compromised, the damage can be catastrophic, not just for the client, but for your reputation. Add regulatory requirements like HIPAA, GDPR, or local compliance laws to the mix, and the stakes go even higher. That's why it's time to rethink the model. Actiphy's self-hosted cloud backup approach offers a centralized, simple, and secure platform designed for MSPs. It helps you standardize how backups are stored, managed, and secured across all your customer environments. Public cloud backup services are popular for a reason. They're quick to get started with, and they take the infrastructure burden off your plate. However, over time, these conveniences can become limitations. First, you lose a significant degree of control and visibility. You're trusting a third-party provider with your client's critical data, often with limited insight into where that data resides, how it is protected, or how quickly it can be restored. If there's an outage or a breach on their side, you're at the mercy of their SLA, and so are your clients. Second, there's vendor lock-in. Most cloud platforms are designed to keep you within their ecosystem, and switching providers or migrating data can both be painful and expensive. For MSPs managing multiple clients with diverse needs, flexibility is crucial. Then there's the issue of cost. Cloud storage may seem affordable at first, but as data volumes grow, especially with image-based or long retention backups, the monthly cost can become unpredictable and unsustainable. Egress fees, storage fees, and feature-based pricing tiers can all erode your margins. A self-hosted cloud backup approach, like Actiphy's Backup Storage Server, flips the script. You maintain full control over where the data resides, how it's secured, and how it scales. You can deploy on infrastructure you already trust, whether that's on-prem, in a private cloud, or with a cost-effective VPS provider. And over time, this model is typically far more cost-effective, especially as clients' data sets grow. In short, self-hosted doesn't mean going backwards. It means taking back control, cutting long-term costs, and building a more resilient and transparent backup strategy for your MSP business. At the heart of our solution is Actiphy Backup Storage Server, a purpose-built, high-performance backup repository explicitly designed for image-based backups created by Active Image Protector. This isn't just a dumping ground for backup files. It's an innovative, centralized storage system that understands the structure and life cycle of image-based backups, from full system snapshots to incremental updates, and it manages them intelligently. One of its core strengths is deduplication. By identifying and storing only the unique parts of each backup image, it significantly reduces the storage required across clients and backup cycles. This helps you optimize disk usage while maintaining full restore capabilities. It also supports replication, allowing you to copy backup data to a secondary location, whether that's another server you manage, a VPS, or even a separate client site. You can configure scheduled or manual replication, so your backup strategy can include geographic redundancy without relying on third-party clouds. Another feature is verification. Actiphy doesn't just store backups, it checks them. With built-in tools for image validation and chain integrity, including boot check, you can catch corruption or incomplete backups early before they become a recovery failure. Best of all, you have flexibility in deployment. Whether you want to install it on a physical server at your data center, spin up a virtual machine on a hosted cloud platform like DigitalOcean, Azure, AWS, Actiphy, or deploy it on a Docker-based environment, BSS adapts to your infrastructure. In short, Actiphy Backup Storage Server gives you centralized control, operational efficiency, and confidence that your backup images are secure, verified, and ready for recovery no matter how many clients you manage. One of the greatest strengths of Actiphy Backup Storage Server is its flexibility and lightweight nature when it comes to deployment, especially in the cloud. You're not locked into a specific platform. You can run BSS on AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, Actiphy, or virtually any VPS provider that meets basic system requirements. This gives you freedom to choose the environment that best aligns with your budget, performance needs, or geographic preference. Whether your team prefers Linux or Windows, you're covered. For Linux users, there's even a Docker edition, making installation and updates portable and straightforward. You can spin up an instance in minutes, configure your buckets, and begin accepting backups from Active Image Protector endpoints immediately. Unlike some enterprise solutions that demand dedicated hardware or complex configuration, BSS is lightweight and fast to deploy. You don't need a massive server with 64 gigabytes of RAM to get started. It can run comfortably on modest virtual machines, which makes it an ideal fit for cost-conscious MSPs. And because it's cloud-friendly by design, it's also easy to scale. Need more space? Attach additional volumes. Do you need more CPU or RAM for replication or concurrent connections? Just resize the instance. Most cloud providers let you make those changements and adjustments on the fly. In short, you can deploy BSS exactly where you need it in an environment that works for you, and you can scale it up or down based on your client's evolving needs without over-engineering or overpaying. Once you've deployed Actiphy Backup Storage Server, the next step is to connect your endpoints, and that's where Active Image Protector comes in. Simply install AIP on your client's desktops, laptops, or servers, whether they're on-premise, remote, or even mobile, and configure the backup job to target your centralized BSS instance. The configuration is easy. From the AIP console, you select Actiphy Storage Server as the destination, authenticate using the credentials you've assigned to that client, and define the backup schedule. Once that's done, the client begins sending image-based backups directly to the BSS repository. No additional middleware or third-party integrations required. When discussing remote backups, secure data transmission is crucial. Actiphy offers multiple options here. You can tunnel the connection through a VPN or SSL-based gateway, a familiar approach for most managed service providers. But there's a more modern and efficient option, QUIC. Actiphy Backup Storage Server utilizes the QUIC protocol, which is built on UDP with TLS 1.3 integrated. This means that even if you're exposing the BSS instance over a public IP address, the connection remains encrypted, reliable, and performant. QUIC is designed to handle latency, packet loss, and mobility better than traditional TCP-based protocols, making it an ideal choice for WAN backups. With this setup, you gain complete control and real-time visibility into backups across all customer locations. You'll know which endpoints are protected, when the last backup occurred, and whether it passed verification, all from a single centralized dashboard. It's remote backup without the complexity and without the blind spots. Having all your clients' backups in one place is only part of the equation. Managing and validating those backups is just as important. That's where Image Center comes in. By installing Image Center on the same host as your backup storage server, you gain access to a suite of powerful tools for orchestrating, automating, and verifying your backups without needing to log into each client manually to check jobs individually. One of the most important features is automated verification. Backup files, huge image-based ones, can become corrupted due to disk issues, network glitches, or other factors. With Image Center, you can schedule integrity checks that run automatically after each backup is received. If a backup file fails verification, you'll know immediately and can take corrective action before the restore is ever needed. Next is consolidation. Over time, incremental backups pile up. Image Center can intelligently merge these files to create consolidated snapshots, reducing the number of files and the amount of space they consume. This keeps your storage footprint lean and efficient while preserving restore flexibility. Perhaps the most powerful validation tool is boot check. This feature goes beyond file-level verification by actually booting the backup image in a virtual machine to confirm that it's not only intact but also bootable. This test gives you true peace of mind that the system can recover in a real-world scenario. Boot check requires either Hyper-V or VMware on the Image Center host to operate, so keep this in mind when you're planning your deployment. Together, these features give you confidence that the backups you're storing aren't just present, but fully reliable. You'll sleep better at night knowing that your client's critical data can be recovered when it matters most without surprise. Once you have your primary backup storage server running smoothly, the next step in building a resilient backup strategy is replication, and Actiphy makes this incredibly flexible. With built-in tools, you can replicate backup files from one BSS instance to another, whether that secondary destination is in a different data center, on a separate cloud platform, or an offline server kept in an air-gapped environment. This ensures that even if one environment is compromised due to ransomware, hardware failure, or regional outage, your client's data is still safely stored elsewhere. Replication can be scheduled and automated via the web console, and you can replicate data securely over the WAN thanks to Actiphy's QUIC-based communication. That means no special VPN setup is required. Just point, authenticate, and schedule. You're not limited to replicating to another BSS. Actiphy supports replication to a variety of targets, including network shares, SFTP, FTP, WebDAV, and specific cloud storage platforms. This flexibility enables you to tailor your replication strategy according to your budget, regulatory requirements, or client preferences. While Actiphy doesn't natively support immutable storage, the replication feature lets you integrate with third-party platforms that do. That means you can build an air-gapped or immutable tier into your backup chain, perfect for clients in regulated industries or anyone needing maximum data assurance. This multi-tiered approach allows you to design a resilient and customizable backup architecture, putting you, not a vendor, in control of your redundancy strategy. Backup is essential, but let's be honest, it's the recovery that counts. In a ransomware scenario, timing is everything. You need to know not only that your backups are safe, but that you can bring systems back online fast with minimal downtime and no data loss. Actiphy's platform is designed with resilience in mind, starting with the backup storage server itself. You can and should harden your BSS instance using standard security best practices. Enable firewalls, restrict access to known IPs, configure strong user passwords, and monitor your login activity. With no open network shares required and encrypted transfers via QUIC, you're already ahead of most traditional NAS and SMB-based storage solutions. Beyond the server, the system supports offline and air-gapped storage through replication. You can push verified backups to a disconnected device or an alternate site, providing a layer of protection that ransomware simply cannot reach. Whether you're fulfilling regulatory requirements or just building a layered defense, this is a critical part of modern data hygiene. When it's time to recover, Actiphy gives you options and speed. You can perform a bare metal restore to rebuild a compromised machine completely. You can also restore individual files and folders directly from the backup image without needing to mount or unpack it manually. Alternatively, for the fastest turnaround, you can boot the image directly into a virtual machine, enabling you to bring critical systems back online while planning a full recovery behind the scenes. And for environments that require continuous availability, Actiphy also supports standby configurations. With this feature, your backup images can be automatically converted into ready-to-run virtual machines, so when disaster strikes, your standby system is already waiting, just power it on. In short, you're not just protecting data, you're protecting business continuity, and in today's threat landscape, that's the real bottom line. Let's wrap up with a look at some real-world deployment scenarios and the best practices we recommend to help you get the most out of Actiphy Backup Storage Server. First, picture a hub-and-spoke architecture. A central BSS instance acts as an aggregation point for backups from all your client sites. Each remote site has Active Image Protector installed on its endpoints, pushing image-based backups over a secure connection. This model gives you centralized control, simplified reporting, and scalable storage while your clients enjoy seamless protection. If you prefer a distributed model, you can deploy lightweight BSS nodes at each customer site for local storage and replicate those backups upstream to a central or cloud-based instance. This reduces WAN dependency during backups while still giving you centralized control and off-site resilience. When planning storage, sizing is key. Consider retention policies, how many days or version each client needs, and plan for both primary and replicated storage accordingly. Use deduplication to your advantage, especially across similar endpoints, and don't overlook the power of caching. SSD cache devices on the BSS host can dramatically increase performance, especially when writing to slower hard disks. Backup scheduling should be staggered by site or client group to avoid bandwidth spikes. Consider running large, full backups overnight or during maintenance windows and incrementals more frequently throughout the day. Now a few common pitfalls to avoid. Slow WAN links can bottleneck backup performance. QUIC helps, but you still need to plan around known network limitations. Unsecure ports or open public IP addresses without access controls pose a security risk. Always use firewall rules, access restrictions, and secure credentials to protect your data. Forgetting to monitor verification results. It's not enough to schedule backups. If they're failing or corrupted and no one notices, you're building a false sense of security. With proper planning, Actiphy Backup Storage Server can become the foundation of a modern, scalable, and secure backup infrastructure, one that's tailored to your MSP operations and flexible enough to grow with you. Welcome to this short demonstration of Actiphy Storage Server, a core component in building a self-hosted, centralized cloud backup solution for managed service providers. We'll highlight its key features, and show how it integrates with Actiphy Image Center to streamline your backup operations. Our first stop is the very essence of Actiphy Storage Server, which acts as a centralized image-based backup destination designed exclusively for use with Actiphy's Active Image Protector. This isn't just any storage, it's engineered for security and efficiency. Notice these buckets. A critical feature here is how Storage Server mitigates ransomware risks by creating these buckets without relying on traditional network shares. This provides an isolated layer of protection for your vital backup files. For all data transmissions, it exclusively uses QUIC protocol, ensuring secure and highly reliable communication paths. Imagine you're setting up a new client or a new backup policy. You can define a new bucket within the storage server and set a maximum storage limit quota for that specific bucket or client. Backup speed is crucial, especially when dealing with large volumes of data from multiple customer sites. Actiphy Storage Server is engineered to overcome potential bottlenecks from slower storage devices by leveraging a cache device, such as an SSD. This feature can significantly enhance backup performance according to Actiphy's test results. Using a cache device can make the backup process up to 6 times faster than without it. From this screen, you can easily specify the maximum physical RAM usage for the primary cache and add a secondary cache device. We're running this demonstration on Windows Server. However, deployment of Actiphy Storage Server is remarkably flexible and lightweight. You can install it on physical or virtual hardware, whether on-premise or in the cloud. It broadly supports on various platforms, including local hardware, AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, Akuma, and any virtual private server. You also have the choice to deploy it on Windows or Linux with Docker, support for Linux environments. It's designed to be lightweight, fast to deploy, and easy to scale if more processing power or storage space is required. Now let's demonstrate a key aspect of centralized backup management, how Active Image Protector integrates with and enhances the management of backups stored on the Actiphy Storage Server. While Active Image Protector agents on endpoints point their backup jobs to the central BSS instance, Image Center provides overreaching management and verification capabilities. Okay, let's start a backup. We're going to perform a volume backup. We will select disk 0 to back up the entire disk. Next, we will select our destination folder. In this case, we're going to choose Actiphy Storage Server. We're going to connect to a storage server located on the local host where we're hosting this demo. Connect. Now you see we have several buckets. We're going to be backing up a client for East Lake Country Club, so we'll select that bucket for this client. Alright, make sure our options are all good, and we'll select next. For our schedule, we're going to do a full backup on Sunday, Then we will do, let's say, another weekly backups on daily backups on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to set our intervals to 4 hours. For this particular case, we only want to back up every 4 hours. Okay. Let's review our settings. They look good. Now let's check everything, make sure we're all good to go. Everything seems to look good. And let's get things going. Let's start the first backup. Okay, the backup is started. Let's switch over to our storage server. We can see that the backup is in progress. We have one client. Check our replication settings. Those look good. All right, nothing to change here, I don't think. Oh, looks good. While this backup and replication job is running, I'd like to walk you through a few common deployment strategies using Actiphy Storage Server and Active Image Protector, especially from a managed service provider's perspective. These options are designed to provide you, the MSP, with flexibility in delivering fast, secure, and resilient backup solutions to your clients. Let's start with the scenario you're seeing right now. So we're backing up to local storage server, then replicating to another local storage server on site. This setup is great for organizations that want fast recovery and local redundancy. The backup lands first on a primary on-site storage server, then automatically replicates to a secondary server, often in a separate room or building on the same premises. It's a low latency, high availability configuration that minimizes recovery time and doesn't rely on external connectivity. Now let's look at how MSPs can extend this model to provide even more value. You could perform a local backup and then replicate to your MSP hosted storage server. In this case, your client backups to their on-site storage server as usual, but you, the MSP, operate a secondary storage server in a nearby facility. Replication sends a secure copy off-site to your infrastructure, giving your clients a disaster recovery layer without the complexity of cloud management. It's fast, cost-effective, and easy for clients to understand. Then we have local backup that replicates to cloud storage. This adds a cloud tier to the local strategy. Clients maintain their local backups, and you set up replication to cloud services such as Amazon S3, Azure, Wasabi, Google Drive, OneDrive, or Dropbox. Many MSPs prefer Wasabi here due to its flat pricing, no egress fees, and support for object lock, which prevents protected backups from ransomware. Then we have direct backup to MSP infrastructure that replicates to a cloud environment. In this model, you eliminate on-premise hardware. Clients' backups are sent directly to your MSP-hosted storage server. From there, you handle cloud replication as part of your managed service offering. This is ideal for small businesses or remote offices that prefer not to maintain backup hardware. And then lastly, we have direct cloud backup. For very simple deployments or mobile and remote endpoints, Active Image Protector supports direct cloud backups without requiring any local storage. As an MSP, you can mix and match these models to offer tiered services, meet client-specific compliance needs, or deliver backup strategies aligned to each customer's recovery objectives. Whether your client needs fast local recovery, off-site protections, or hands-off backup management, Actiphy gives you the tools to deliver it. Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope this session has provided you with a clear understanding of how Actiphy Backup Storage Server can simplify your operations, enhance your ransomware defenses, and give you greater control over your clients' data. If you'd like to dive deeper, we encourage you to explore our complete documentation on our website. It's packed with technical guidance, walkthroughs, and best practices. And of course, if you have any questions or would like to see how this works in your environment, please don't hesitate to contact our sales or support team. And of course, we're happy to schedule a free trial or demo to walk you through the platform in real time. We're here to help, and we're excited to see what you build with Actiphy. That brings us to the end of today's webinar. On behalf of everyone at Actiphy, thank you for spending your time with us. We appreciate your interest and hope you found this session valuable. If you have any follow-up questions, want a personalized demo, or just want to chat about how this can fit into your environment, we're just an email or a call away. Thanks again. We look forward to helping you protect what matters most.